It's Vertumnalia! Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your handway. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now. Whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Utica takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxophonor. Her voice has been getting weaker lately, and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I am proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor, and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Utica steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. She is going to die of old age soon, isn't she? Your mom steps forward. You might have noticed a new glow-in-the-dark food on the feast table this year. These are pixie beans, our first domesticated Vertumnan crop. The crowd applauds, and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them. So you also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile is strained as she continues. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil when we crashed on this planet, she says. These pixie beans will go a long way to making up for the losses we faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the maxophoner. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year? Well, I can't do the bot quadrathlon because I'm not tough enough. I could do the talent show. Can't do the science fair. I can just watch. Well, it's talent show season. Let's go. Yis and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Yis is up first, and he stomps on stage wearing a silly top hat and cape. Waving a magic wand, he introduces himself as Yis, the Destroyer of Reality, and tells everyone to step back because he's going to pull a Hopeye from his hat. He takes his hat off his head, and a very surprised Hopeye falls out and boings away into the crowd. Predictably, this upsets Yis, and he flees the stage in embarrassment. Mars takes the stage next, and launches into an incredible lip-sync performance, complete with holographic fireworks at the end. Passing you as you go to take your place on the stage, she sticks her nose in the air and wishes you luck. Following that, it's your turn. What do you do? I could play the photophoner. So these are all normal difficulty challenges? We can do a bigger, better lip-sync. A juggling act. We've been practicing the photophoner. Let's do it. Let's show them the fruits of our efforts. Okay, so we could get... And this seems like a pretty decent round one here. Yeah, 24 in round one. I'll take it. Next up, okay. Well, and we can get a pair of 4s. And then maybe just kind of like try to get rid of those for the next round. And hope we get better stuff. Okay, 33. Look, we got some good cards. Okay. So we can get 7s as a pair. We can get 2s as a pair. And we can dissect stuff, and that doesn't quite get us there. But can we do any better? And putting that in the middle is obviously worse. We can't quite push through, because I'm so stressed. Let me think about this. Is there anything we could do to change this? Oh, we've got these. +1 to a card and change the suit to toughness. +2 to a card. That could do it. Which card, though? Well, we don't want to change... I guess it would have to be this, right? Okay, let's use the mushwood log on that. On dissecting a sugar bug. Okay, and now we could push through. Or if we did another one, yeah. Look at that. A full-on win. This is why you go exploring, people. This is why you go exploring. Your skill at the Funafauner is well appreciated by the crowd, who are moved to tears by the emotional depth of your playing. You win, as voted by audience applause. Marge shakes your hand and thanks you for actually giving her a challenge this year. What do you mean? I've won this thing like 2 previous years. Or 1 previous year, maybe. I don't know. I've won this before, okay? Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents tell everyone about their many benefits. It's a native plant, so it grows well. They're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright, multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. You can't eat until your parents finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options. Pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even a pixie bean aquafaba-based dessert. Everything glows in the gentle evening twilight. You solemnly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid game, stupid everyone. Ugh! Yeah. No particular reason. Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. You could screw these stupid beans or eat your pixie beans. I mean, I guess here's a question, and this is kind of a question that's maybe I should have figured out earlier. To what extent are we role-playing this? To what extent are we trying to actually be, like, good? Right? Because, like, you know, I mean, obviously screw these stupid beans. It's like, I could see that being the response, especially we're this stressed out. We just, you know, we're going through hormones and stuff. So, like, yeah, I could see this. On the other hand, you know, eating the beans is kind of, you know, important if they're going to be a major food source for the colony going forward. You know, beggars can't be choosers and all. Well, oh, screw these stupid beans. Yeah, who says you have to eat a bunch of stupid glowing gimmick beans? They're not the boss of you. You get to decide what goes in your body. Your dad is amused that your mom isn't so forgiving. Eat your food, Solana, she says sternly. We worked hard to make this food for you. -1 toughness. +2 for hormones. Hormone status, great. Oh, sheesh. I don't care. Did I ask? What goes with did I ask? Your dad tries to calm the situation, but your mom slams her fist on the table. The noise makes everyone nearby stop talking and turn to stare at you. Eat your damn dinner, Solana. Oh, she shouts. Eat your damn dinner, Solana! She shouts. I'm sick of your attitude. Fine! You want to rebel against these stupid beans, but the truth is, you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down, so you don't blow up at your mom. Why is she smiling all the time? Ugh. You settle on glowering at her over your plates of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to someone else. Rude. You shovel food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. Okay, it is as delicious as everyone said, and you start to feel more human and more the more you eat. Right, yeah. Food. Food is great. Oh, a thing that affects things with gems. Good to know. You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone is in high spirits after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun rhythmic clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what Congruence meant when she warned that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Alright, mid-dust. Dust. So we do get kudos doubled for 3 months. So we may want to take advantage. We could go do some work. Oh. Well, what have we here? Hello, thank you. How you doing, Jess? Yeah. We already know you're a maladapted degenerate or whatever. Hey, Mars, how are you doing? Yep, we're aware. We could go do this job. Working the... okay, so delivering supplies, 2 organization, 1 perception. Working the depot. 2 organization, 2 persuasion. Some kudos. I would like to get the reasoning up a bit more. Like, we're close. And empathy. I mean, you could do some cooking. I think some cooking would be fine. Maybe we can work with the beans, directly. Antecedent and Governor Uticott have been in regular meetings in Antecedent's little office off the kitchens. That door isn't usually closed, but it always is when they're having meetings. You strain to hear what's going on, but it's pointless. The doors are too thick. Governor Uticott always leaves looking more stressed than when she went in. What are they talking about in there? Okay, card becomes social. Well done. Thanks. Well, that seemed pretty good. Alright. Late dust. Let us go do some... engineering, maybe? Reasoning, engineering. Because yeah, I'm trying to get empathy and reasoning up. We'll do some engineering. You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help her with after-school tutoring. Literally anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do because she's desperate. Please apply. I'm not a complete idiot. Let's go. You tell Dr. Instance you're interested in the job. She looks up from her holopalm like she's just noticed you exist. Yes, you'll do, she says, nodding. The younger, slower kids have trouble keeping up with congruence sometimes. You mostly just have to pat them on the back now and then and stop them from wandering off when they're supposed to be studying. No offense, but anyone with a pulse could do it. You wait for further instructions. Instance sighs, shooing you away dismissively. You know where the classrooms are. Just come when you're not doing whatever nonsense teenagers do here. Alright, we'll do some of our own studying first. Okay, what do we want to do? Well, we want to do this. Yeah, we want to do this. We want to do... That doesn't really work out very well, does it? But it could be cool. But it's not cool. Well, it was like exactly, but like, what if we did that instead, right? And you did this. Yeah, it works, I guess. What if we did this? But then we don't get that bonus? I mean, I think it's basically a wash. Yeah, whatever. We win. Alright, late dust becomes early wets. Okay. What now? How you doing, Cal? It's been a while since we spoke. Cal takes a deep breath and lets it all out in a huge sigh. I love the smell of the air here, he says. It's not clean like the Strato, but like, it's fresh. You know what I mean? It smells like dirt and compost and manure and growing things. When I breathe it in, it takes another breath. It just reminds me that everything here is alive and important. Cool. Glad to hear it. Hey, Tangent, how are you? We already had this. Oh, want to study together, Tangents? Hey, Tangents, let's study. You and Tangents sync your holopalms and play a game together, where you race to assemble chemical compounds using a simple programming language. Tangent is a whiz at it, and breezes through the levels barely breaking a sweat. You can tell she's hiding a smile when she looks over your shoulder to help you with a particularly tricky algorithm. Thanks, Tangent, that was fun. Hey, how you doing, Anemone? And we are so not tough. It's kind of insane how not tough we are. Anyways. Hey, Jis, how are you? Bravery. Bravery's not bad. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We could go here, and we could, like, practice the photophone. What does that do again? 3 creativity, 1 bravery? I don't think we really need that right now. What is the tutoring like? Tutoring. Let's see, we get 12 kudos, 3 reasoning, and 1 empathy. That's actually exactly the skills I'm trying to work on right now. Get tutored, you children! You show up to class to find congruence teaching a classroom of younger children. Instance is nowhere to be found. In the absence of further direction, you settle in to help the students with their work. After half an hour, Instance pokes her head into the classroom. How good you're already here, she says. I trust you'll be able to handle yourself on all subjects and with students of all ages. Ask Congruence if you need any help. She turns to leave, but stops and turns back to you. Thank you, Solana, she says quietly. Since Professor Hall died, well, Congruence and myself are poor replacements for him. I'm grateful for your help. You settle in to help the younger students learn how to use their holopalms to access the HoloNet, Congruence's massive database. Congruence has everything they could ever need. Music, movies, games, novels, and comics. A calculator, a timer, an encyclopedia, textbooks, the colonies, social media, specialized tools for different jobs like architectural holograms. It's a massively powerful tool, and it's in their literal hands. They're mostly interested in the games. Some understand it less than others. Why do we gotta read about stuff? Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her holo screen. The skin around her newly implanted holopalm looks a little red, like she keeps picking at it. I just want to go play. Let's see. We're lucky to have access to this tech. You helped me show you something, so you need engineering 16 or greater. My engineering is only 15. Oh, come on! That looks infected. It does look infected. I know, because I have a biology score of literally 16. You take a closer look at Nougat's holopalm implants. The edges where it meets the skin are peeling back, and it looks red and puffy. No wonder she's having a hard time concentrating. It looks like it really hurts. You take her to medbay, put some antibiotic cream on it, and wrap her hand. Oh, good to know that the super bugs haven't made antibiotics useful yet. That's good. Good to know that that's not how the future panned out. Anyways, you wrap her hand so she stops picking at it. She's excused from this lesson until her implant heals properly, so you spend some time with her afterwards, showing her how your own holopalm works. The quieter environment of the medbay seems to help her concentrate, and soon she's zipping through Congruence's archives on her own. Looks like you're pretty good at this tutoring business. Okay. We'll see about that. We do this, we do this, we do this, we do... Hold on. That's what you do. Okay, well, if I had them together, would that help? Not in that regard, but like if it was like this. There we go. Oh, because that then forms a straight. Neat. Let's win it. Now 26 kudos. Nice, nice. Midwets. How are my relationships going? Yeah, I would like to I'd like to become better friends with Gis. Gis, I have a gift for you. Everyone's so dramatic right now, Gis mutters, kicking a rock with his hands shoved in his pockets. Who cares who said what to who or whatever? So dumb. Does this interest you? A Xeno egg? Look at that. Thank you, Jess says, clearly unsure about how to react. I'll, find something to do with it. Yeah, that you will, Jess, that you will. Thank you. Okay. I think honestly we go back and tutor again. Well, yeah, I think that's the play. Tangent also offers her service as a tutor, but she's much busier than you are. When she's not in class, she is usually working in engineering. I've got competition. It must be nice to have such a clear picture of what you want to do with your life. Tangent has been a brainiac since she was just a little kid. Kind of makes it hard for the other students to relate to her, because she just can't understand not being super smart. It makes you the more popular tutor for sure. Okay. We'll be calm. We'll be hiding. We'll have ambition. We'll compose a song and discover something. How about that? Win. Victory. Mid-wets becomes late-wets. Oh man, we're so... What do we need to do to get to the things where we get the perks? What's my Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think maybe this is a relaxing time, and I think for this relaxation, let's do it on the walls. You've heard Security Chief Retz is on the lookout for lookouts. That is for kids to chill out on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. He gives you a once-over eyes there. All right, he says. Look over there at the end of the field. What does that sign say? Drad, I don't have good enough perception. I fail to read it. You struggle to read the sign. After a few false starts, Red claps his hand on your shoulder. Don't strain yourself, Solana, he says. I've got a whole jungle out there that needs people to stare at it for hours, and you'd be perfect for the job. If you had better eyesight. Oh, come on, what does he know? Perception is about way more than just eyesight. It's about being alert, putting information in context. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Rude. Oh, I didn't get a job. I missed the chance to get another job. I mean, we definitely have better cards than this. But we also have ones and zeros floating around. And this has a diamond, so, we'll keep it. We're keeping it. It's been a long month of being cooped up indoors while it poured rain and everything got too muddy and gross to play outside. You and the other teens are in the lounge again, and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Cal are bickering about something, and Jis must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. And an enemy is trying to do a dance she learned from watching holovids, and she's failing. Miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You're starting to feel a little off too, but it's weird. You want to yell, but at the same time you want to take off all your clothes and streak through the colony square. An enemy dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all and herself clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it! Jess snaps. Dance your stupid dance somewhere else. He's not stupid, an enemy sniffles from the floor. You don't have to be so mean to me. Boo-hoo, Mars teases. What are you gonna do? Dance about it? You're all so childish. Who even cares? Our tight-knit group of... Well, we aren't ever really that tight-knit, but our group of friends, our cohorts, we're being divided asunder. Hey, everyone, just shut up, Cal exclaims from across the room. Honestly, you all fight all the time. You stay inside where it's nice and dry and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine, whine, whine. You're not better just because you work outside, Tang joins in. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. She opens her holopalm and flies her fingers over the screen. There, see? Next month I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want. Utica pokes her head in from the command corridor. Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge. Everyone goes quiet for about a second, and then explodes into arguing it. Utica throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Okay, so it's either time to go wild. Yeah, fight. Everyone just shut up or calm down, everybody. Well, I am clear-minded, yeah? And I am. Where is it? I do have a calm temperament. But I also have format, so... Yeah, I'm curious what going wild even is. Let's do it. Somehow, the rambunctious group tumbles into your quarters. Thankfully, your parents are out. Everyone keeps fighting, and it's starting to get physical. Mars and an enemy get into a shoving match, and Cal and Gis join in too. Tangent yells from the sidelines, cheering when Mars knocks an enemy right on her butt. Ouchie! An enemy whines, still sniffing. Okay, fine, I'm sorry for knocking over your stupid nail polish. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder. Apology accepted. You can pick them up while you're down there. She flounces onto your bed. Ugh, now I'm bored. I can't believe I'm bored of bossing people around. Wait, Jis says, jumping up. We should play Spin the Bottle. Everyone looks around in surprise that Jis suggested it. But you can tell they're all kind of into the idea. Your tummy flips over in a way that's not uncomfortable. A kissing game. Yeah, I mean, why not? Everyone giggles nervously, but more courageous voices prevail, and soon you're grabbing a bottle to spin to sort out partners. Your palms sweat as the bottle spins on your turn, spinning until it falls on... Yes! Everyone hoots and hollers, yes, but he looks completely unbothered. In fact, he looks excited. He unbuttons his shirt collar and slicks his hair back, giving you an exaggerated eyebrow, wiggling come-hither look that sends everyone into hysterics. What do you do? As you could refuse. Doesn't really seem like it goes with the flow here. Could give a little kiss or give everyone a show. Flirts with yes. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he can't be all extravagant and stuff, and then you're just like, little peck, you know? At this point, you know, being a teenager is all about one-upsmanship. So, therefore, let's do it. You look over to Jis, matching his energy as you grab him and sweep him into a big, showy kiss. Everyone laughs and yells as you kiss for 5, 10, no, 15 whole seconds before letting him go. Jis collapses back to his position on the floor with a silly smile. Everyone keeps playing, but the bottle never lands on you again. Mars and Tangent both get each other on their turns, making Tang go completely red as both times Mars plants a chivalrous kiss right on her lips. The next day, you all feel terrible. It feels like your arms and legs are made of lead, and it takes so much energy to do anything. You can barely make it out of bed. All the energy from yesterday has been drained out of you, and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of you can't even get out of bed, and when you do, your moods are all over the place. Aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until your batteries run out and you sleep for over 12 hours straight. You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching Holovids and grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and Chief Engineer Instance come storming through the door. Ew! Instance snaps, smacking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars' hands. Stop eating those this instant! What, are they poisonous? Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense into Instance, but your dad steps in. I'm sorry! I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They're not safe for you kids to be eating. You've been feeding us poison? Mars shrieks. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Mars. Calm down. They're not poison. There's just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone. Your big teenage growing hormones, and the brains, like binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hypo and hypermania. When Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkwardly. Translation, he says, it's been making you kids act silly and feel sick. I'm sorry. Instance frowns. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Till further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean. Your dad looks distraught. Fulu was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things. But shit, she's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. Must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Status ended, hormones. -1 colony food. Well, that was exciting. Glow. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey, Anatomy. Anything insightful to say? Anatomy is munching on a container of cut-up pieces of dust melon. My mom is kind of busy, but she sure makes a great lunch. She says, offering you a piece. Gotta keep your strength up. Yeah. Hey, Mom. Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful, she warns you. Now that we know for a fact it isn't safe out there during glow, I won't have you venturing close to the walls. Sarah can see you close to the ship. Hey, Jess. Jess pokes a glowing bauble bud with his toe. The seed head snaps free and drifts up into the dark of glow, slowly breaking up into little luminescent specks. Make a wish, she says. Perhaps. Hey, Jess. Have you ever been outside the colony during glow? Could be fun, don't you think? Eh? Let's go. Come on, Jess. You're way too scared to go outside during glow season. And besides, the gates are closed. What? I can't sneak out through the drain pipe? Drat. Okay, fine. In that case... let's go do some more tutoring. It's building the skills I'm wanting to work on right now. You're helping an enemy with her math assignment. Ugh! An enemy groans, rubbing her hands down her face. I hate this! I don't want to do any more math! Other kids like you get to choose what they do all day now, but I'm stuck here learning stupid linear algebra! It's linear algebra, but you don't correct her. I'm only here because my mom told me I gotta take more math and science classes, she grumbles. Say, if I want to do anything except play sports ball all day, I need to know stuff. She smirks. Joke's on her! I don't want to play sports ball! I feel like I'm drifting into like Mars' voice for an enemy. I need to like watch the previous episodes and see what I was doing for her. Anyways. Alright, math is dumb. No. Math is more important than sports ball. Well, let me help you. You know, Solana would definitely say math is more important than sports ball. What? No way, Solana! An enemy punches you in the arm. Whap! When am I ever going to use linear algebra anyway? I'll bet I'm going to do sports ball a lot more and I'm going to have to solve for X. No way, let's make a deal. She continues, leaning. You teach me this stupid physics thing and I teach you a cool sports ball move. Sure. You spend the next few hours trying to get an enemy to understand the difference between an expression and an equation. She puts up a valiant attempt, and by the end, you both feel confident that she's at least a little more prepared for class. True to her word, she takes you out to the sports ball pitch and kicks the sports ball at your head so many times you're forced to learn how to block it. That's an enemy for you. Got some toughness. Oh, this is locked. Good thing I like that one. We could go like that. But I think this is going to be better. And like we could do like a bit of like this. And this. And there we go. Win. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens with Cal and an enemy when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouse and stay quiet. An enemy declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Okay, we aren't quite brave enough, and by quite I mean, we still got a ways to go, to help defend the gates, but we could watch from the walls. Which I think is what we're going to do. You and an enemy race towards the walls and scramble up so you can watch from a safe distance. Do you miss anything good? She pants. Oh, look, there's my brother. Calm up there. Calm looks around for the source of the voice, squinting up at you when he spots you on the walls. He yells up at you to stay put, and then... The animals burst through the gates. The wood splinters in every direction, and Hawkeyes pour in, quickly overwhelming the guards. Hawkeyes are small, but in large numbers they're fierce. You watch the security officers manage the chaos. They have gloves that shoot arcs of lightning, and if you watch close, you can practically see the skeletons of the little animals light up from within when they're hit. Cool. Is that like a real thing that actually happens when you get electrocuted? Huh. Look at him go! An enemy cries, cheering for her brother. Get him, Calm! Get him! Watch out! Oh, he's okay. She clutches your arm. He's so brave, I want to be cool like him when I grow up. You could really impress an enemy by going down there and helping out. But we won't. We're going to stay where it's safe. Eventually, the defense forces manage to push back the creatures. The rest of their broken swarm flee back into the wilderness. You and an enemy slip home before you get into trouble. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. I look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. What happened to the fields? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. But hey, we survived another year. And based on the portraits, it looks like people are starting to mature a bit. But so what did we get for year 13 of life? We got 9 empathy, 13 creativity, 8 bravery, 17 reasoning, 1 organizing, 4 engineering, 1 biology, 1 toughness, 13 perception, 1 combat, and 5 animals. The stat, we didn't just get like 5 animals. That's ridiculous. Quiet season, on to age 14. Oh, reasoning level 1, +1 to mental cards. Blue cards get +1 in mental challenges. Awesome.